Hello everyone, Nolan Morgan here, comic book scientist. Last time we detached the cover of a comic book so that we could get rid of the squarebound spine. Today we are going to mix methyl cellulose and reattach the cover of the comic book.
So this is Nolan Morgan. He wants to show us how we're going to dissolve our adhesive. This will be the methyl cellulose. Okay, Nolan, ready?
Yep.
What do we need here, buddy?
Alright, so we got a stir plate. Stir bar is in a beaker. You got a scupula, you got methyl cellulose, whatever, container, and a graduate cylinder with 50 milliliters of distilled water.
And we have a thermometer here. Right, okay. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it. You ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, so I am going to weigh out 2 grams of methyl cellulose.
Okay, so here's the methyl cellulose.
Not sure how much 2 grams. I'm just gonna see.
Go ahead, put it in there, pal. You're gonna see how much comes out. So that was.
Whoa.
That was 38 milligrams.
Not much. All right.
Right. So go ahead, and put it in there.
Put this in. Let's see how much that is. Whoa, that's 0.2.
You have to get a lot of scoops there, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of methyl cellulose.
Right. You get a scupula.
Yeah, methyl.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand here. I'll scoop some into this.
Okay. All right. Well, that's one.
I'll get you close. I'm tapping this with my finger. This is how Daddy does it. Gets close.
It's the best way. Oh, that's pretty close.
Daddy's been doing this a long time.
That's pretty good.
So we got, Daddy just poured some in. We got pretty close. We'll count that as good. All right, take your weight boat out.
Okay. Oh, this is
with the methyl cellulose.
Methyl cellulose.
Okay. And I'm going to put a top on this guy here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go preheat the water, and then we're going to put the methyl cellulose in it. You ready, pal?
Yeah.
You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this.
Okay, go ahead and put the beaker on the stir plate.
Okay, this beaker.
Yep.
On the stir plate.
Start it stirring.
Stirring. Okay.
Let's just turn this up till it stirs.
Okay. Oh, okay. That looks like it's stirring.
Yep. Now put your water in the beaker.
Okay, inside of the beaker.
Yeah, pour it inside.
All right. Position it correctly first.
There you go.
I don't think this is dangerous, so I don't have to worry too much.
Not dangerous at all.
Yeah, it's just literally water.
Zero danger. Okay, turn the temperature up.
Temperature up. Like
yeah,
how
just
much?
Make it say like 200. It's never, that's always wrong. But it's never going to get there anyway. And then go ahead and measure the temperature.
All right.
We're going to get to about 55 degrees.
Where's the on button?
Squeeze it like a trigger.
Okay.
What's it say? 22. So we just wait till it gets to 55, and then we'll be ready, okay?
Okay.
All right? Good job.
All right.
So while we're waiting for that to heat up, I want to tell you that the methyl cellulose has some weird properties with dissolution, in that it's less soluble at higher pHs. They say, oh, it's not soluble at pH above, or a temperature above 55. This is some weird stuff, but we need to get it warm in order to dissolve it smooth. You can do this at room temperature. It's just really clumpy and gross. It looks a lot better when you warm it up first. That's what we're doing. Are you ready, Nolan?
Yep.
All right, Nolan's going to add the methyl cellulose to the water for us. So he's got this little weight boat.
All right, I got to do it like this, so that's
go ahead, son.
Best.
Yeah, you got it. Just shake it in there.
Shake it a little bit in there.
It'll go in there.
I'll go.
We got the stir plate, so the stir plate's going to help us get it in there. We're going to turn up the agitation a little bit. All right, bud. Let's move your hand when you get in there. And we'll watch the little bit in there. We're going to watch what's happening here, right? It's dissolving, and it's going to bring it down in. And we're just going to let it go at its own rate. We're not going to rush it, and we're going to let it go into solution.
Right.
See what happens. It'll turn into an adhesive in a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this dissolved solution. We're just going to pour it into this little pot here. There's some of it isn't dissolved, and I'm just going to give it a quick stir in here. So some quick notes. What did I do next? I put the center of the book, I'm going to press it in my squarebound protector just to protect it from folding over. We don't want these staples to fold over, so I'm going to press that flat. That way the edge is dressed. And then I just did a quick press, not even a really good press, actually a pretty bad press, and it didn't clean this cover at all, just for illustration purposes, so I'm not taking too much care. And since this is not, this is a restoration thing too. Anyway, I want to show what I do is I put a piece of this tape up in the middle here. This was the mending tissue that I put, and that's just to reinforce this so that it's stronger later. It just helps if you're bending it a lot back and forth. It prevents tears in the future. It's more of of a protective thing than something that's actually necessary. So what we've done here is we've got this pressed cover, and we've measured the thickness, the depth of this book on one of these one of our cold press boards. So we're going to put the cover in the same spot, and we're going to do it this way. We're doing the back part first. We're lining it up with this tape. We're going to put a piece of tape that's the same width as the book, and then we're going to clamp this baby in place here like that, so it's not going to move. And then we're going to clamp all of this down in one spot. And what we're going to do now is we're going to create a line on the book in the same spot that that's in. So it moved a little bit here, so I'm going to reposition so it cannot move again. Right. So now this is flat, right? So we're going to produce a corner in this book right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this bone folder here, and I'm going to make a corner right where that book should go here. So I'm just going to fold this myself here first, and I'm going to reinforce it with this bone folder nice and flat. I'm going to sort of force a corner into this book, just like that. And that's it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so we have that crease in there, and then we're going to push that crease up that we made, and we're going to make a second crease. Just like this. We're going to tuck this in there nice and tight. And let me get this, it's nice and on the line there. And we are going to essentially form it to this shape of this square spine now, and we're gonna I'm going to feel it with my hands, and I'm going to make this square. Now it isn't where it was originally, but that's a defect in the publication. It's going to follow the binding of the book now. Come over here on this side. See how it looks more square now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to sort of pinch that in place here, and then I'm going to run this bone folder along the book. There, and that's that. Oh, it might go along the front here just one time. Just making some creases so that it has a new natural formation to it. Okay, got it, bud? Want to see it here? So we're just kind of forming that square and making sure that the cover is squared up with the book, which it is. You see this part? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, look how clear this is now compared to what it was. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell.
So we could put this in there. Some people put a little bit of this neutral pH adhesive, and you can do that only if it's coming off. I prefer not to use it unless I have to, and you only do that if your original isn't working very well. So this brand of these, the Silly brand, it's called the silicone. I think it comes with some little brushes and tools for mixing some of glue. So the Silly brand thing has these brushes. You can use a regular brush like this, but it's pretty thick for that. But these have little tools for working stuff into there. And so you can actually lay them on here too, which is extra nice. I want to use this one here, right? So, and I like it because they're easy to clean and you can use them over and over again. And this is pretty thick glue. You see that, Nolan?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sandwiching it in between these boards to prevent me from getting too much down the sides of the book's pages. And so I have this material I'm putting on here. This is just methyl cellulose. I didn't put any PVA in this at all. So I'm running this down the book and trying to make an even coating. So I'll go back over it in a minute. But having it sandwiched between these two boards prevents me from getting it in the wrong places. And then I'm going to just paint it up here with this until it's nice and even to the eye. Looks good, and it should be relatively sticky to paper. There we go. gonna kind of run it down and up here, make it nice and even. And it gets it soaked. You just push it, it soaks in between the binding pages just enough to absorb everything evenly. There we go. And then I'm just going to run my fingers. I'll get a Kim wipe right here. Just kind of wipe off any excess like this. And it should be nice and sticky now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it from this guy. And it's got a little bit of glue on the sides. I'm going to wipe it off. There, so it's nice and even. Right, there we go. There's that. A little bit up here. Okay. Now we take our preformed guy there, and I put him here. Fold it the right way. I tap it down this way so it's the book is square bound. Right. See how this is now on there this way. And then we just a little bit of pressure down like that. And then I put it back between these, not near the glue side, but I already have some stuff on it. But just going to keep it still in between these boards for a while, probably just overnight until it is dry again, and then that'll be it. And then we'll take a look. And see, I'm just kind of, if I look at the front of this, I'm just going to kind of run my finger to make sure that these little air bubbles, they get caught in there, and sort of push them out. Now there's nothing down here, of course, but I'm basically just forcing it flat, making sure it stays there. I might have to come back every once in a while like that, a little bubble that pops up. Just gotta kind of bind it again, and that's that. So you can see how square this spine is now. Take a look here. And if I can extract from my previous video a picture of what it used to look like, you can see that it's a lot better. And then we can see what it's like to open it. It opens just like normal. Cover's on there. Really good. Not coming off. The book's not coming apart. And you know, it's gonna stay. See, so it's good. So that's it. I hope you liked it. The book came out pretty good. It looks like, you know, this is it. It's working great. It's not coming off of there. It's solid. Looks square. What else do you want? You know, always the same color question is, would it get a blue or a purple label from CGC if you were to submit it and never get it back before you grew old and died? I would say I don't know. I don't have no evidence. I've never submitted one myself. I've only heard back from people on it. Apparently it's not really commonly detected, but I have no idea. It deserves a purple label, absolutely. There is a way to redissolve the original glue and use that, which is in a gray area, but probably doesn't because you haven't added anything. But this one would definitely deserve a purple label. Nolan has decided not to do the outro for this video because he has some PlayStation 5, which he got last week to catch up on. So he needs to contribute to society in that way while I finish up this work. And remember, please like and subscribe to the video. I don't ask very much for people to do it. Please do it. We're trying to get to 5,000, and our new users subscriptions have slowed to a crawl, so it doesn't look like we're ever going to get there. So, but I'd like to tempt you to please do that. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye-bye.